great anime that exists not just because of the storytelling or the characters, but because they're breathtaking to watch. Animation so stunning, so boundary pushing that skipping them would be genuinely criminal. The beauty is you don't have to be an anime fan to truly appreciate it. You just need eyes. This is the ultimate anime bucket list. Your complete guide to the anime that matter most. Do you remember that weird looking Keanu Reeves movie that was part real, part animated? That's because it was filmed in live action, with each scene being traced over. The technique is called rotoscoping, and it's one of the most labor-intensive animation styles ever. Can you imagine drawing every single frame by hand? However, there is one anime who is known for doing just this. Flowers of Evil is an anime different from anything else you've ever seen. The movement feels uncanny in the best possible way. Human, but not quite. Real, but not quite. Pair that with a story that matches that animation style, beat by beat. Our protagonist is a nerdy, unremarkable kid who makes one very questionable decision. And what follows is one of the strangest, most unsettling character studies in anime. Especially when another classmate catches him in the act and decides to use it against him in ways that get increasingly bizarre. This anime is weird. Deliberately, unapologetically weird. And by the end, you'll have a strong opinion about what you just watched, one way or another. Fans of avant-garde have heard of Suspiria, that old-school horror film with unsettling visuals and a dreamlike atmosphere that'll make your skin crawl, even when nothing is technically happening. Mononoke is the anime equivalent, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. The series follows the medicine seller, a mysterious figure who travels feudal Japan helping people tormented by the supernatural. But forget the story for just a second. I mean, just look at the animation. The colors are vibrant and deeply unsettling at the same time. The textures feel like they were pulled straight from an ancient manuscript. The camera angles are unconventional, the cuts are abrupt, and the whole thing feels like a fever dream that's slightly off balance. You know that famous painting, the one that shows up on everything from fine china to cheap souvenirs? Yeah, that one, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. That iconic ukiyo-e woodblock style is woven into the DNA of this anime's entire aesthetic. It's unlike anything else in the medium. And then add in those terrifying sound effects. Look, you don't need to be a horror fan to appreciate what Mononoke is doing here. This is an anime that belongs not only in art history books, but the New York City Horror Film Festival. Before Science Saru gave us Dandadan and Devilman Crybaby, the man behind the iconic studio, Masaki Yuasa, directed what might be the most visually ambitious anime of all time. And I don't say that lightly. Mind Game follows Nishi, a 20-year-old going nowhere fast. Within minutes, he finds himself in a situation so absurd, so unhinged, that it ends with his death. And trust me, that's no spoiler. He gets a second chance, however, and that's when this film completely loses it. The visuals shift constantly and deliberately to mirror exactly where Nishi's head is at any given moment. It's breathtaking and disorienting at the same time. And I won't pretend this film is not exactly easy to understand either. But that's almost beside the point. Mind Game is a marvel of pure animation experimentation. A film that asks what the medium is truly capable of and lives up to that theme of living life to the fullest. So do yourself a favor and be like Nishi and experience this one. Let me tell you something about 3D anime. It's almost always terrible. Like you're watching a video game cutscene from 2001. If you remember this, then you had the emotional scars to prove it. So when I say Land of the Lustrous changed my mind completely, understand the weight of that statement. This anime follows anthropomorphic gems trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. The story is interesting, but it's genuinely not the reason why you're here. The real reason is because of Studio Orange, the only anime studio who has actually figured out how to make compelling 3D anime. The fluorescence radiating from the gem's hair, the ethereal landscapes, the grass swaying in the wind with this impossible softness. Every frame looks like it was designed to be a wallpaper, and very gorgeous wallpaper at that. And it proves that 3D anime was never a problem in the first place. The problem was everyone else. When it comes to Ghibli, Spirited Away gets all the attention. And look, it deserves it, don't get me wrong. But if you want to see the studio at its purest aesthetic, try Princess Kaguya. Based on the tale of the bamboo cutter, one of Japan's oldest folk tales, this film follows Kaguya Hime, a mysterious girl born from a glowing bamboo stalk and raised by a humble farmer and his wife. Look at that animation, unbelievable. But what makes this film so different from the other Ghibli movies is that they decided to throw out their own playbook. No polished backgrounds, no clean lines, no signature Ghibli aesthetic. Instead, this film looks like a living, breathing watercolor scroll. Animation that feels like it was being painted on a canvas in real time. There are two scenes in this film that involve Kaguya running. One is angry and desperate, while the other is unbridled joy. While they both give off two completely different emotions, both will stop you cold. And that's what makes Princess Kaguya so special. This is the swan song of famed filmmaker Isao Takahata, who deserves as much praise for the rise of the studio as Hayao Miyazaki. The tale of the Princess Kaguya is an aesthetic masterpiece. And it's a powerful reminder that hand-drawn animation still has a lot to say in this world. 7 years. That is how long it took to make this film. Over 100,000 hand-drawn frames, and you see that quality in every single frame. Redline takes place in a distant future where the most dangerous underground race in the galaxy exists. No rules, no safety, and no guarantee that you'll even make it out of this race alive. Our protagonist JP wants to win this race more than anything in the world. We know this because it's basically the only thing we know about him. Well, that and the hair. Look, if you're willing to do that, you're obviously committed. What follows is the most purely visceral, adrenaline-soaked animated movie you'll ever see. The speeds are insane, the competitors are psychotic, and the lengths people go to win are extraordinary. And the animation captures every single second with this hyper-stylized comic book energy. I love the vivid colors and that explosive action. And the finale delivers with a scene that will have you on the edge of your seat. Redline feels like it's running at 200 miles per hour, and when you're done, you'll realize just how beautiful art can truly be. Every studio has that one project, the one where they left everything on the floor. For a celebrated studio like Kyoto Animation, that project is Violet Evergarden. Every single moment in this anime is absolutely stunning. Like these people understood beauty. But then there's Violet, a former child soldier who spent her life following orders without ever asking why. She never learned how to feel, never understood human emotion, especially that last phrase spoken to her by someone who mattered to her. Now she works as an auto memory doll, a ghostwriter who helps people find the words to express what they feel to the people they love. I know what you're gonna say. Someone who doesn't understand emotion is writing emotional letters for other people? What a world. But watching her slowly begin to realize what those words mean is one of the most rewarding character journeys in anime. Violet Evergarden is as close to a perfect anime as anything on this list. Beautiful to look at and beautiful to feel. You know One Punch Man. That anime about the most overpowered hero in existence. If you haven't seen it, then definitely watch it because that first season is animation masterclass. Sharp, fluid, endlessly creative fight sequences that redefine modern action anime. Now we meet that same creator's other series. And somehow, it might actually be better. Mob is a quiet, awkward middle schooler with psychic powers so powerful he has to keep them at bay. Because when Mob feels too much, that's when things get extraordinary. The animation in this anime just operates on a different wavelength. Exploding colors. Mind-bending fights that feel like your TV is breaking. There's a dynamism here that genuinely feels like nothing you've ever seen before. But what separates Mob Psycho 100 from being just a visual masterpiece is the characters. Mob's growth as a character throughout this series is so earned. Not to mention his mentor Reagan's journey is equally fascinating. Mob Psycho is that rare anime that expresses visual beauty on every single level. And you'll still care about it long after you watch it. I want you to think about the last time watching a trailer actually stopped you in your tracks. That was me watching Apothecary Diaries for the first time. The crisp, clean animation. Quality so high, I actually had to rewind it just to make sure what I was seeing was actually what I was seeing. This anime is set in a world that beautifully recreates Imperial China. From the palatial architecture to the elaborate costumes to the intricate court politics. Every frame of this anime is detailed to the bone, and beautifully so. But here's the thing about the Apothecary Diaries. While the visuals are the entry point, the story will keep you around. Our protagonist, Mao Mao, is one of the most compelling leads in anime. And the fact that she's a female is a bonus. She's quirky, razor sharp, and deeply trained in medicine. And it's not long before she gets sold into servitude at the Emperor's palace and starts solving mysteries nobody asked her to. But she's sneaky good at it. Apothecary Diaries is deep, layered, and genuinely addicting. The mysteries are clever, the characters are complex, and I already raved about the world. And the studio behind this gorgeous anime? The same studio that makes Pokemon. Apothecary Diaries arrived in 2023 and immediately planted its flag among the greatest anime ever made. And it's no recency bias, it's just the plain truth. If this list has you looking up trailers mid-video, then you know there's a lot more to come. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next episode. 9 more episodes, 9 more themes. And it only gets better from here. We're closing out our visually stunning anime list with the most cinematic of the bunch. Now, Frieren Beyond Journey's End came out in the same year as the Apothecary Diaries, 2023. Somehow these two shows decided 2023 was the year to set an impossibly high standard. The backgrounds in this anime look like paintings, like someone literally took a brush and rendered every single environment right then and there. The character animation is as equally extraordinary, grounded in a way that makes everything feel real, even if this world is filled with magic and ancient spells. And I just can't get enough of the soft and warm lighting here too, where every scene bathes you in this gentle glow that makes it feel kind of like a dream, until the fights. The animation shifts to intense, powerful, kinetic movements, and this contrast between the show's usual calm is very effective visual storytelling. The story is about an elf who ages much slower than her human counterparts. What feels like a decade to her is an entire lifetime for the people she loves. And she never truly understood what that meant until her dear friend Himmel passed away. So she sets out on a new journey. Not to save the world or defeat a great evil, just to understand the people around her before it's too late. Frieren is a beautifully told meditation on what it means to truly live. And how this anime brings that story to life visually is nothing short of masterclass. Frieren deserves every piece of praise that it gets. and then some. When it's all said and done, Frieren will go down as one of the greatest anime ever made. 10 anime, each different in style, tone, and technique. But everyone will make you stop and look. From rotoscope to watercolor, anime can do things other mediums just can't. And you need to watch every single one of these anime before anything else. Now here's what I want from you. Pick the one that caught your eye and watch it. Then tell me your thoughts in the comments. Or if you've already seen them, tell me which anime is the most beautiful to you. I genuinely want to know. 20 down, 81 to go. This is the ultimate anime bucket list, and if you don't want to miss a single one, you know what to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.